beginning of our discovery call, I hadn't dated in about, I would say maybe about 5 years. And the reason why I wanted to join Prepared to Be Pursued was I was curious and I knew that there was a disconnect in my previous dating life. So I was curious and I wanted to know there has to be more to dating than the way that I was doing it. Well, the reason why I believe that this was such a good fit for me, even being in the church, was I knew that there had to be more than just waiting on the Lord. And that's the reason why I knew that this was a good fit for me, because I was hungry for more. Even though being in the church, but I wanted to understand, what am I missing? That was the reason why I believe that this was a good fit for me. With church, the program has enhanced. It's not a competition between, serving in the church and then my own personal thing. It's not a competition. It has enhanced, because now I understand that just waiting, and doing nothing yields no results. So, while I am waiting, I want to be doing something. I want to be in the doing stage and understanding my role, because when you don't understand your role as a woman, you don't understand your place and your purpose, then, you will have the mindset of being, well, I'm waiting on my Boaz to come. But I had to really change that mindset of waiting, because there were no results at all. None. But changing my mindset, that has helped in the way that I serve. You're in church and, you constantly hear, wait on the Lord, and we should. But at the same token, I've been in church over 20 years. And guess what? I'm still not married, and I'm waiting, and it's just our mindset as women, because we think that we're doing God a disservice if we step out and do something different, when the reality is that we're not doing a disservice. We're doing ourselves a disservice because we're just waiting and we're still yielding the same results. Well, what stuck out to me in the 8-week program was the fears and the connection killer exercises. Having to write them down and to see it on paper and then to reflect back over my life of how I've been showing up, not only in dating, but just the way that I handled things with my everyday life, was a real eye-opener for me. The reason why I wanted to continue into the 6-month program, because the 8-week program wasn't enough for me. I know that I wanted to dive a little deeper, wanted to get more clarity, and wanted to understand my role as a woman, going from that doing, knowing, into the doing and into the being. So the 6-month program for me, I knew that I needed more. And the only way to get that was I had to enroll in the 6-month program. The thing that bubbled up for me was when I got to the module of the 3 dates in 30 days. And I found that module to be the hardest because I didn't understand my role and understanding my role and what was required of me. And it really was hard because now I had to actually put what I've learned on paper into action. And it was a little scary because I'm hearing the calls and my journey isn't the same as everyone else. But that was the hardest for me. And that's what bubbled up for me, the fear of, am I going to be able to execute everything that I've learned? For me, on top of the 6-month program, the strategy session was I needed an additional help. It put in perspective and it helped me understand how to go about my journey that was specific for me, my interests, my hobbies. It helped me to learn how to show up specifically for me. And that made a world of difference in my life, just being able to have that one-on-one with Nikki to strategize, because I come from a background that was willy-nilly. However it happens, it happens. But having that structure tailored for me made a world of a difference. Well, being comfortable in who God has made me. I stepped out and I joined an online dating app. I had a couple of results. I had 2 gentlemen to pursue me, and we've been talking and just corresponding with each other, and the connection still going. It feels good understanding my role as a woman, stepping back and letting the man lead. And it's just such an eye-opening experience that I've never experienced. And I'm just so excited to, it's flattering. It's makes me as a woman feel, exuberated, to have a gentleman that's interested in me. And I feel like a little schoolgirl back in high school, just silly and giddy, but enjoying my journey. And it's not stressful, and it's just celebrating, being me and the woman that God has created me. I could not have done this on my own. First of all, I did not have the tools to understand and to navigate the dating world. Second, I would not have been able to do this on my own because I didn't understand my role, and I didn't understand the attributes that God gave me and how to use them. Doing the online dating at first was, I tried it on my own, and it got to the point where, it was just too overwhelming. Okay, fast forward a year later, and I'm back at the online dating, but now I have the tools to navigate and understand and have the clarity how to navigate through the online dating. I'm not going to say that when you go on the online dating, you're not going to encounter men of low-hanging stature, because you are, and I've experienced that, but not letting that break me as a woman. You move on. You learn that you can wade through the low-hanging fruit because you have a purpose in view. And that purpose in view helps you to understand and to get what you want. To understand the low-hanging fruit, specifically, these are strangers that you're getting to know. And they're asking questions, and that's to be expected. But when the one person that I encountered, we're just having casual conversation, and the sex conversation came up. Well, I responded back, and he just made the comment that I was too invasive. But it made me feel, and it made me, just kind of made me, it didn't shake me, but it does make you kind of take aback. But then you have to regroup. I had to regroup and say, okay, that is his opinion. And then you know what? I had to move on. Not getting stuck made a world of a difference, because a year ago, I would have gotten stuck and I just would not been able to recover. But understanding, moving forward where I am now, hey, that's his opinion. And then, you learn to move on and not let it shake you. It can? Yes. But when you're in the program, this is what you learn. You learn to go through it. And I'm glad I did. What I would say to a woman who is contemplating whether or not you want to join the program, I would say to you that the risk is worth the reward. Getting clarity of who you are and understanding that your journey is not someone else's journey, and understanding, where you fit in will make a world of a difference. Once you get past the fear, the anxiety, the risk is definitely worth the reward. You're investing in you. You've put the children, you've put mama, you've put daddy, you've put cousin, you've put family. Now is the time to invest in you. This program, although it is called Prepared to be Pursued, it goes across every interaction you have as far as relationship with your children, family, relationship with yourself, because you learn how to not just to be ready to be pursued, but you also learn, how to interact if you have children. And not only just your children, but your casual acquaintances. You learn how to show up, not just in dating, but you learn how to show up in everyday life. And that, for me, is worth more than all the gold and silver. It's just so worth it. It really is. And it has changed my life, my mindset, the way I think about things, and to be present, and not just burying my head in the sand and it'll just happen. But actually putting rubber to the road and actually putting, action with my faith. So words are inadequate, because the payoff is just in every area of your life. The payoff is just in every facet of life.